Ladies and gentlemen, American jury and Bulldog Nation, let's have some fun with pop culture. Are you ready? All right. Omid Scobie, this young guy, wrote a book called The Endgame. And of course, it's a royal trashing thing, allegedly quoting Meghan Markle and good old The Spare. The Spare. Imagine being going through life called The Spare. Well, the bottom line is the Spare and Meghan Markle claimed that there was two members of the royal family that made a question about Archie's skin color. But they weren't going to name the names. But allegedly, Omid Scobie claiming that the translation from English into Dutch revealed the name, one of the names. And it's a scandal. I don't give a damn. I stand with Kate and William, not Spare and Meghan. I even stand with Goofy Charles over those two. All right, Isla McNabb. You ready for this? This little girl is 2 years old. She is the youngest member ever to go into Mensa. Now, at first, I'm thinking, wait a minute. How do they test your IQ? Well, here's what they do. Based upon her Mensa scores for a 2-year-old. Another, her ability on the alphabet, her ability on her numbers, colors, and apparently a little bit of spelling. But this little girl is 2 years old and is a member of Mensa. Insane. Woke books crashed. They paid as much as $1 million for some of these weird people to write their books. The books crashed. One, they paid like a $2 million advance and only sold like 3,000 copies. Woke books bombed. Kenny Chesney is going to be coming to the FQ Stadium this coming year. They're going to do a lot of concerts there. All right, this is a hysterical story. It's my favorite story of the day. A sex education teacher's been fired. Do you know why she was fired, Josh Wentz? Because her former life, Chuck Holbrook and Josh, she was a prostitute. Now, wouldn't you want a well-trained and educated sex education teacher, teaching sex education? In fact, I advocate that sex education teachers all be former or current prostitutes to make sure that the kids learn the hows, the do's, the don'ts, safety, and everything else. I mean, think about it. Is there a better sex education teacher than a prostitute? Hell no. Burger King prices are so high, the poor and middle class can't even afford to eat at Burger King. By the way, they continue to make sizes smaller, prices go up. I need to call Gary Holland and ask him, what the hell is going on? He's a restaurant baron. All right, King Charles accused of theft. Now this, if true, this bothers me a little bit. Here's the deal. I forget what they call it, all right? But apparently, like in Kentucky, they states there's like unclaimed money. You know how unclaimed refunds, it goes to the state if nobody claims it. Well, apparently, when there's unclaimed refunds in Britain, the king's allowed to take it. But the king's supposed to take that money and give it to charity. He's only giving 10% to charity and he's pocketing the rest. Charles. Okay, we got an update on Take. That's Travis and Taylor, all right? Guess what, Kelsey and Taylor? Guess what? They're together again. They're seeing each other. The Eras tournament is over, and she went in, and she flew back, and she's seeing Kelsey. They're going to be together for Christmas. Remember, all joking aside, I'm rooting for them. All right, there's an Arctic shark. This blew me away. Never heard of this. And since we know that Shark Week is so big, how do we not cover the shark story? All right, here's the shark story. You ready for this one? This guy right here, this shark from the Arctic. It's called an Arctic shark, Josh Wentz. You ready for the drum roll? Allegedly lives 500 years. Wow.
That is cool.
I want to come back as an Arctic shark. Shouldn't have said that. God might say, are you sure? All right, Pepsi. Do you know how Pepsi got their name? It literally came from the idea of Pepsid, helping your stomach. It's named after Pepsid. I will never drink a Pepsi again. Lay's potato chips is going to reduce their salt. The question is, will they be as good? Because, folks, I don't care that Rebecca Holbrook eats Mike Sells, which I don't understand how she can. She's one of these Mike Sells people. She goes to the cult of Jim Scott and Mike Sells potato chips. I challenge any of you to eat a Lay's potato chip up next to a Hussman's, who used to be good, Mike Sells and all the rest, and there ain't no comparison. Lay's is where it's at. Rebecca, you know that's the facts. Chapsticks in the brain. Now, imagine this. Some guy apparently had a headache for a real long time and apparently realized, oh, the reason why is I got chopsticks lodged in my brain. Like you didn't know. How the hell did chopstick get in your brain? Crazy story. All right. A lot of people are upset that allegedly Sports Illustrated is using AI to write articles. The question, are they using AI for their models, if you know what I mean, Josh Wentz? I got to ask you two guys a question. Now, your wives might be watching, maybe they're not, so answer accordingly. If you're just wanting to look at a beautiful woman, whether she's in a bikini or unclothed, do you give a damn if it's real or AI?
No.
I answer for all men, it doesn't matter. Because that's the purpose. All right, Dolly Parton does not text. And I'm telling you right now, folks, Dolly Parton is a damn genius. You know why she doesn't text, Josh and Chuck? Because she says, I don't want to have to answer. Think about that. When somebody texts you, you are immediately expected to answer, are you not?
She operates with fax machine.
Fax machine, too. But just think about that, guys.
Yeah.
Somebody can ask you a question you don't want to answer, and they text it to you. You're stuck. You either offend them or you answer. Dolly's a genius. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Prostitutes for sex education teachers.